Arsenal have won their game against a side which goes by the names of Leicester City by 2-0. Thomas Partey into the 11th minute, scoring that corner by heading that goal onto the nearby post in there for you, and Lacazette scoring a penalty after Soyuncu got hold of that ball of Thomas Partey that he had directed in the back of the net. If at all Soyuncu never put his hand into that ball, Thomas Partey would have scored a brace today in there. Something that you'd love your team to do each and every time you are in such a moment when you're really battling it for the top 4 position of the Premier League in there. Welcome to Rokani Media. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? This is the channel that brings you latest news and information as far as this is concerned. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all happen to be watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, it has been a very good day for Arsenal. In a nutshell, I might come out and tell you that Arsenal didn't need to do a lot to win this game. Trust me, Leicester never stretched Arsenal to the limit. Never did they. Because Leicester, first and foremost, benched almost its crucial players. Jamie Vardy didn't start. Yuri Tielemans didn't start. Ndidi didn't start in there, and Lookman too didn't start. What does that show? It shows you that Leicester were not interested in this game. They are so much focused onto the UEFA Conference League because they've noticed that they cannot make it to Europe next season if at all they go ahead and play to the champions in the Premier League and win all these games in there, because it really looks so much far away in there for them, because they are placed into the 12th position in there for you. And I'm having Idris said, who is the man of the match. We are really going to talk about it, but you can as well go into the comment section, Idris, and tell me who is your man of the match. We'll talk about it sometime to come in there, but you can as well go into the comment section and tell me who do you think your man of the match is, because I'm going to do player ratings for all those players in there, and I'm going to dissect that match fully in here onto the Rokani Media Football in there. So thank you, Idris, for watching in. And this time round, I was still telling you that Leicester feel like the best way to be in Europe next season is by going ahead to do the needful and win the UEFA Conference League. They feel like it's not so much okay for them to go in and win and play and stretch yourself so much against a team which goes by names of Arsenal in there, and then lose your game against a side which goes by the names of Reims, because Reims is the team that is really, they're supposed to play away in France. That is a team which goes by the names of Leicester. So, to me, I really believe that Arsenal deserve to win. And according to the form they've been exhibiting, Arsenal has really gone ahead to win these games. Because remember, in their last 5 games, they've not lost a single game. They first won away at Wolverhampton Wanderers. Remember that game? They ended that game with one man down, that is Martinelli. They won against Brentford 2-1. They won against Wolverhampton Wanderers 2-1. They won it late, remember. They won against Watford by 2-3, and they've gone ahead to win against Leicester by 2-0. So the winning mentality at Arsenal is far much way better than how Arsenal was. Arteta is really doing a great job, because when you look at how Arsenal kills off these games, they are so much clinical in that when I really remember into this game, if there are chances that Arsenal created, there were 3 chances, all 4. 3. I think there are 3 chances. In those 3 chances, Arsenal just went ahead to score 2 out of the 3 chances. Can you imagine? It shows you how clinical Arsenal is getting each and every time they grow into this. However much they had 8 shots on target, I will remember the very clear chances were 3, and they scored 2 in there. Remember, even in the game of Watford, you saw what Arsenal did. They scored. They had like 3 or 4, I think 5 clear chances, and they netted 3. It shows you how clinical this team is and how they really want this. And just know there is a catalyst that was put into the Arsenal players, because they were told if at all they finish 4th and go into the Champions League, they are going to give them £500,000 per player. That's why they come in here. And you see a player who is like Thomas Partey comes in and scores a goal in there, because he is an unusual player who usually scores. This season, have you had Thomas Partey score a goal for Arsenal? This is a signature that Arsenal is really on the wheel and they're really going to go ahead and accomplish into the 4th position. I support Manchester United, but I really feel like we bottled it up when we failed to win against the side which goes by names of Watford, that game that ended 0-0 at Old Trafford, because chances were created and United couldn't put the ball at the back of the net. But this time around, Arsenal creates the chances and wins it. And Arsenal has a very big week ahead of it. We are really going to talk about that later after analyzing this game. But I'm questioning the defending of a team which goes by names of Leicester, because all those 2 goals that Leicester got in were avoidable. They were avoidable, according to me. They were so much avoidable because that near post was not marked and Thomas Partey was given so much freedom to an extent that no Leicester player was running against him. No player followed the run that he made, and the ball was brought onto the near post and it was brushed into the back of the net. You get? That is poor and shambolic defending. And Arsenal is not so much known of really scoring goals like in corners in there. You get? Because the area threat that Arsenal have is Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes. You get? Well, those are the only players they have. But Thomas Partey makes the run to the near post. He meets the ball brought in by Martinelli and boom! Inside in the 11th minute, and Arsenal were into the lead. Then when you look at the penalty that was given, it was also a shambolic defending by a player who goes by names of Ricardo Pereira, that right back in there for you. The way he really brought down a player who goes by names of Martinelli in there was so much cynical. You cannot really put down a player like that, you get? So it really looked awkward and bad in there, and that is something that you don't want to see your team play like. So Arsenal capitalized on all the mistakes that Leicester really did, but Arsenal was not, you can't come out and say that Arsenal was all over Leicester City in there. No way, no way, no one. I really believe that if at all Leicester had really brought in its A-class players, Ndidi, Yuri Tielemans, Jamie Vardy, Lookman, you get, it would have been a different game altogether, but it was known this. It was a different game altogether because Leicester put these players onto the bench and Arsenal brought its A side. Remember, Arsenal is only in one competition and they play 1 game per season, per week. Although this week is going to be a big one because they're really going to be playing 2 or 3 games into that week. But Arsenal has been resting for 6, 7, 10 days. You get? So I really believe that Arsenal played very well. Some credit to the goalkeeper and the defense of Arsenal. They've kept another clean sheet. Keeping a clean sheet is something great. If at all you don't know the importance of keeping a clean sheet, let me take you back to one of the best managers in the world who goes by the names of Sir Alex Ferguson. He came out and said, goals win matches, but clean sheets win trophies. That's what Sir Alex Ferguson came on and said, that goals win matches and clean sheets win trophies in there. What did he mean? He meant that each and every time you score a goal and you don't concede, that means you have a very high chance of winning a title because the other opponent is not going to score you and you're keeping a clean sheet. But if at all you fail to keep a clean sheet and you score as they score you, it's really something that won't let you get the points you want to win a title. Ralf Rangnick, the current interim manager of Manchester United, came out and said in his first press conference when he was given the job as a Manchester United manager, he came out and said, Manchester United is conceding very many goals and his first aim was to really cut short on the number of goals that United are conceding. And when you look at Arsenal, my worry was, remember when I was doing that preview when the game was like 30 minutes to start, I came out and told you that the problem I'm having with Arsenal nowadays is that they've been conceding goals because Arsenal was so much known of keeping clean sheets. Because Arsenal had last kept a clean sheet in the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers that ended 1-0 in their favour away at Turf Moor in there. But they conceded a goal against Brentford, they conceded a goal against Wolverhampton Wanderers, they conceded 2 against Watford, and they came into this game of Leicester and I was so much worried about Arsenal because I was saying, Arsenal, having conceded these goals on a high scoring team like Leicester in there, I really feel like, are they really going to be safe? That was my worry for Arsenal, but they really went ahead to do that and I really thought that they're really going to win it like 2-1 or 3-1. I thought they were going to concede, but they never conceded and they really proved me wrong. But it's a good win for Arsenal in there because this win has taken them back to the top 4 position in the 4th position. Because remember yesterday, United had displaced Arsenal and Arsenal were not even 5th but 6th because West Ham won against Aston Villa and they were into the 5th position. They were at 48 points in there for you, and Arsenal has now gone to 51 points and they're a point ahead of Manchester United. And know this, Arsenal has 3 games in hand. Those 3 games in hand, they are going to play Liverpool in the midweek and they are going to play Aston Villa on the weekend. And in all of those games, Manchester United has no game they are going to play. You get? But Arsenal are really on the wheel. I have to admit it. I don't support Arsenal, but I have to admit it that Arsenal is on the wheel, guys. Go into the comment section, guys, and tell me who your man of the match is into this game of Arsenal, that they've gone ahead to beat a side which goes by names of Leicester City by 2-0, because that's where I'm going to tackle next after the analysis and putting this game all together for you in a nutshell. Do as what Idris has done. He has really come out and told us that Thomas Partey is his man of the match. And smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button and show to it that you love what we do here onto the Rokani Media Football. The other player I want to talk about is Martinelli. To me, I will believe that people will look at Thomas Partey and the man who scored the penalty in there, who goes by names of Lacazette in there. But trust me, to me, I will believe that Martinelli has put up a performance on the pitch that can earn him to be the man of the match, or to compete to be in the man of the match competition, because I really believe that the corner was brought in by him that really saw a man who goes by names of Thomas Partey score that goal. Secondly, that free kick that comes into and it's headed into the back of the net by Thomas Partey and blocked, or its direction is changed by the hand of Soyuncu, was all about Martinelli being brought down. You get? So everything we are talking about, the 2 goals of Arsenal, Martinelli is included, and guess what? Even Thomas Partey is included in there. So I really believe that there is going to be a very big battle between who is the man of the match. I think it's going to be between Martinelli and Arteta. Going to the first goal that Arsenal scored, it was a set piece. It was a set piece. Remember, Mikel Arteta this season went ahead to bring in a set-piece coach who was at Man City and brought him at a team which was by names of Arsenal. Bringing him at Arsenal, we are now trying to see the fruits of Arsenal, because I've seen Arsenal score set pieces very often in there. And the source of Arsenal goals are coming from different areas of the pitch in there. This time it was a set piece, and even the penalty was a set piece. You get? Last weekend, it was all about a good interplay, you get, and brilliancy of Martinelli that saw Arsenal go ahead by 3-1 against Watford in there. And this time around it's a set piece. So I will believe that Arteta is doing a very good job. And I'm asking myself, why do I find out a tweet having a hashtag that Arteta out? Because if at all you've been supporting Arsenal for a very long time, you know that Arteta is trying to steady the ship and he is bringing in the players that he really wants. And one thing I like about Arteta, I've said it openly in here, that he's the manager who is using almost his signings that he brought in. The only player that let himself down was Nuno Tavares, because when the chances were given to him, he bolted it up and he went back onto the bench. That is a man who goes by names of Nuno Tavares. But Ramsdale, Benny White, Magalhaes, Tomiyasu, Odegaard, all of those players are getting enough playing time in there. So to me, I really believe that Arsenal is really great in there. To talk about Lacazette, who scored the second goal, Lacazette had gone 9 games without scoring a goal for Arsenal. And that is the worst he has ever done in there. And he had never gone 10 games without scoring a goal for Arsenal. And if at all he never scored today, Lacazette would have gone 10 games without scoring for Arsenal. And he got a penalty and he really put it into the back of the net in there. So I really believe that Lacazette is a very good player, but he is running out of contract in the summer in there. I'm having Idris says Martinelli is individual player, but he changed his game today. No, but I don't think that he's an individual player. I really believe that that's something that Arsenal lacks. You know, if passing is just an ordinary thing, anyone can pass on the game of football in there, especially to those players that have grown up in the academy in there. But I really believe that Martinelli gives you a different edge altogether. Look at the second goal that Arsenal scored. It comes through him being brought down because he tried to take on a player who goes by names of Ricardo Pereira and was brought down. And having brought him down, guess what happens? A free kick is brought in by Martin Odegaard and he really finds Thomas Partey, and it's a penalty after Soyuncu blocks that header of Thomas Partey with his hand. It's a penalty. So to me, I will believe that Martinelli is really a talent and a different player at Arsenal altogether, because him and Smith Rowe are two direct players that I really like to see always into the starting lineup of Arsenal, because they are an amazing team in there, because it really looks great each and every time when Arsenal is playing with those people in there. So I don't believe that he's an individual player. He's not selfish, by the way. When you talk about selfish players, he's not a selfish player. He is not a selfish player at all. He's the kind of player who comes in and does the needful in there. When you look at Arsenal, they're playing Liverpool next. I'm going to talk about that big week in there. They're playing Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Brighton, Southampton, and Manchester United at home in there. But when you look at what some players have said after this game, Martin Odegaard has come out and said, I think we have a very strong belief in the group and we play with a lot of confidence at the moment. We just have to keep going, take it game by game, keep improving, and we'll see in the end, but we are happy where we are at the moment in there for you. What a comment from a player. There is one word that I really want us to talk about, it's confidence in there. When you look at Arsenal, I really thought that United going ahead to win against Spurs by 3-2, and that the way they won would have really unsettled the team which goes by names of Arsenal as they came into this game. But Arsenal came into this game and knew that the only way we are really going to take pressure off ourselves is to go and look for that early goal. And when they got that early goal, Arsenal went back to its way. It played normal. They passed in there. However much Leicester City put up threats in there for you, Arsenal really defended very well in there. And talk of a man who goes by names of Aaron Ramsdale in there. His confidence in goal and the way he really plays for a team which goes by names of Arsenal, and the way he saves a team which goes by names of Arsenal is phenomenal. It's superb. It's superlative. You get? And I just want to wait and see who is really going to be the England national goalkeeper in this international break that is coming after the second. After this weekend, because next weekend, that's when the international break, that's when the Premier League is going to go into the break and the international break is going to come through. So to me, I really believe that a man who goes by the names of Ramsdale deserves to be into that goal of England. Look at Pickford. Pickford cannot be an England goalkeeper, because I saw him cost his team goals when they are playing the side which goes by names of Spurs in the midweek in there. And I really believe that Ramsdale has really gained enough experience, and when you talk about talent, he's talented. When you talk about him being a super goalkeeper, he's really great. You see him, his passing abilities. There is a ball today he passed through the midfield and it was a lower pass. You get? That is a man who goes by names of Ramsdale. I really believe that he has earned it all and done it all for Arsenal, and he needs to be given that chance to do it for a team which goes by names of the Three Lions, that's the national team of England in there. So I really believe that Ramsdale is a key player for Arsenal, and all that credit will go back to the manager of Arsenal, who goes by the names of Mikel Arteta, because who brought him, who spotted him, it was a man who goes by the names of Mikel Arteta, and that credit needs to go to him, because he's the man behind scouting him and bringing him at a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. And the bold move he made, all bold decision, was to get out Bernard Leno out of that team, and he really put Ramsdale into the starting lineup. That's why it shows that he makes decisions and brings in players who he thinks that are really going to help his team in there. Idris has come out and said Lacazette is a player like Firmino, Liverpool striker. They don't worry about goal, but they will perform and give an assist. Yes, but trust me, any team would like to be having its talisman being one of those people that gets in goals. That's why Mikel Arteta said that their number one target transfer signing is going to be a centre forward, because they feel like they need a centre forward who's going to come in and score goals. You get? That's what Arteta said. And when you look at this Arsenal side, the reason as to why they are still even into this battle with Manchester United is because they never got in a centre forward. If at all Vlahovic was an Arsenal player and came in and started to play in January in there, I really believe that Arsenal would have even been a threat to very many teams in there, because I really believe that Lacazette, however much he's like a Firmino player in there, he needs to go on and bang in goals, because Arsenal need a centre forward who is not like Lacazette. Because when you look at Martinelli and Bukayo Saka and Odegaard, all those people create goals. They create goals and they are not selfish at all. You get? They are not selfish at all, and that means you don't need a player to play like Lacazette, because all the players you have aren't selfish. Martinelli is not selfish. Smith Rowe is not selfish. Bukayo Saka is not selfish. and Odegaard is not selfish, that means you're really going to be having assists created for your striker in abundance. So I really believe that Arsenal is lacking a centre forward, and that's why you see it's goals coming in there, and you cannot really come out and say, oh, we are going to this game Arsenal is playing, and so is going to get us a goal in there. Bukayo Saka will come in and score. He takes like 3 games without scoring. I think the only consistent player that was at Arsenal this season and was scoring in very many goals was Emily Smith-Rowe, though injuries have been putting him off and on. So I really believe that he is really needed, and a centre forward is being needed at a team which goes by names of Arsenal. And I see your point, Mr. Idris, talking about him being like a Firmino of Liverpool. Yeah, you're right, but the manager of Arteta has a different thought altogether, because he came out and said that what they need is a centre forward who is going to put that ball at the back of the net. And he said that if at all you're going to compete at a higher level, at a higher stage, all you need is a centre forward who is going to come in and really put that ball at the back of the net. Smash the like button, comment and share. Go into the comment section and tell me who your man of the match was into this game of football. When you look at Thomas Partey, he has come out and said we have a couple of difficult games coming. All the games are difficult, but as Martin said, we have to go game by game. And that's the mentality of the team. We want to keep improving, and that's our mentality now. That's what he really said when he was talking to Sky. And I really love the way Arsenal players are confident about this in there. Though to me, as a Manchester United fan, it really hurts me to an extent that we bottled it up. Because when this started, if I told you, you're going to tell Arsenal fans that Arsenal was going to compete for the top 4 position of the Premier League, each and every fan of Arsenal told you that that was a joke. But the way things have turned around, the way United has really gone ahead to deteriorate to that level, it's really shaming to an extent that Arsenal is now into a full picture because of its consistency and the manager bringing his style of play and feeding it into his players, and his players coming on the pitch. You don't hear that Arsenal players are really into war with the manager. Even those that are in the war with the manager are being thrown under the bus, like Aubameyang, you get? And that's what they call a manager. And when you look at how Arsenal players are loving themselves, how they celebrate, it shows you how good and confident they are. And the atmosphere at Arsenal is really putting them to a level of coming in here and doing the needful to go in and win these games of football in there for you. So I would like to see you guys smash the like button and tell me who your man of the match is, because Idris has already told us that his man of the match is Thomas Partey, and I agree with him also. To me, I really believe that my man of the match is Thomas Partey, and the only player that can come into contend for it goes by the names of Gabriel Martinelli, because Martinelli had an assist for the first goal, and he was so much involved into that second goal in there by being forward, and Odegaard floated the ball into that led into Arsenal getting a penalty that was scored by Alexandre Lacazette. Emmanuel Mwamba says man of the match is Thomas Partey. Thank you very much. I think Thomas Partey is taking the day because he has done all what it takes to go on and really prove to many in there. Talk about Thomas Partey, by the way, returning in from the African Cup of Nations after having a horrific game, or a horrific African Cup of Nations. Coming in, he plays against Liverpool. They brought him to play some 10-15 minutes. He gets a red card in there, but he composes himself and really gets back to the levels we expect him to be. And this is what he said about his goal that he scored. He said, I feel happy. I could score more, but it's part of the game. I want to always help the team. It feels good to score in our home. I feel happy and happy for the team in there. I really believe that Arsenal fans will now come out and really appreciate Thomas Partey, because I think his turnaround point was in that game of Man City when Arsenal really dominated Man City. By Man City won by 2-0, including a penalty that was given to a team which of course by names of Man City after Grant Xhaka brought Bernardo Silva down. And he is playing very well. He is trying to bring us the glimpses of the Thomas Partey who was at Atletico Madrid, because by the time he was at Atletico Madrid, Thomas Partey was really one of the best midfielders in Europe, especially playing that box-to-box role. But right about now, I really feel like he's getting back and better, and this goal, the goal that he scored, is going to give him confidence to come in and do the needful each and every time he's called on to do the needful in there for you. And Martin Odegaard has come out and said, I was pretty sure, to be honest, I don't know who, but I just saw the ball touch their hand and I was pretty sure. I'm happy and the referee decided it was a penalty and a win for us all. When you look at how Odegaard comes out and really says, that's why you see that he's one of those players at Arsenal contending to become the Arsenal captain. I'm 100% sure he's going to be, because he's so humble, down to earth, and him already being the captain of the Norwegian national team, that is going to give him an edge to come in here and captain Arsenal. And when you look at his reasoning and how he really brings up his things all together, you just get to know that he's a naturally born leader. That is a man who goes by the names of Martin Odegaard. Smash the like button, comment and share. I really want to know who your man of the match is as we go into the big week of Arsenal in there. We are really into the big week, because this game of Leicester City was just the beginner. But there are these two games that are coming up of a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. Arsenal on Wednesday, they are going to play a team which goes by the names of Liverpool. They are playing Liverpool. That's one of the games that was postponed because Liverpool was playing into the FA Cup and Arsenal were supposed to verse them, and that game couldn't take place in there. And that game is happening on Wednesday. It's a big one. If they get a point like this, if Arsenal manages to get a draw out of that game of a team which goes by the names of Liverpool, that means there will be 2 points ahead of Manchester United, because as we speak right about now, Arsenal has 51 points and 3 games in hand, and those 3 games in hand, one of them is going to be against a team which goes by the names of Liverpool, and that Liverpool game is happening on Wednesday. And if at all they happen to get a draw, they are really going to be 2 points ahead of Manchester United. And I really believe that Arsenal will go in and beat Aston Villa. You get that? Means Arsenal will be 5 points ahead of Manchester United again, with another game in hand against Chelsea. So even if they lose that game against Chelsea, Arsenal just needs to collect 4 points in its remaining games and see to it that when Manchester United pays them a visit at the Emirates, I think it's going to be around 6th. Is it 6th or 7th? It's going to be on the 23rd of April in there. Arsenal just has to make sure that they don't lose to Manchester United. That's what Arsenal are supposed to do, because when you look at their fixture, they are left with games: Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Brighton, Southampton, Manchester United, West Ham, Leeds, Newcastle and Everton. I really believe that Arsenal will go ahead and really gather enough points to go on and win this game of football. Who is your man of the match? Smash the like button, comment and share. I really want to know who is your man of the match in there, because I really believe that you have different opinions in there. I really want to see, do you have the same opinion, or do we share the same opinions in here as far as the man of the match is concerned? To me, I really believe that Arsenal and Arsenal's Thomas Partey and a man who goes by the names of Martinelli are the ones that are the contenders of the day in here. But all in all, Arsenal has really gone ahead to win 5 games in a row, 5 wins in a row. That is really a form of a team that really wants to go ahead and go into the Champions League. If at all you've just joined us, I really have to come out and tell you that £500,000 were put up for each Arsenal player if at all Arsenal goes ahead to win the 4th place and go to the Champions League. That money was put up for Arsenal, and they're really doing great and moving towards it. Arsenal have been great into this game. I told you, those that have just joined us, Arsenal didn't need to do a lot to win this game. If at all you've seen how Arsenal played against Watford, Wolverhampton Wanderers and other games in there, Arsenal didn't have to stretch themselves, because Leicester City went ahead to sit down its players that are starters. Yuri Tielemans, Yami Vardy, which other player? Lookman. They sat down in Ndidi and they benched which other player? Daka. Patson Daka also never started. So it shows you how much Arsenal was so much given freedom to come in and do the needful. But I even think that if at all they had started, Arsenal at home is really looking a threat, and it can beat any team in there that really comes across them at their stadium, which goes by the Emirates in there. For you, smash the like button, comment and share, and subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. This is Rokani Media Football. This is how we do it. We react to each and every game in there, but I just know how much Arsenal fans are really so much into love of this. But Arsenal are so much in the lead and everything lies in the hands of Arsenal. It's in their favor to go into the Champions League or not to go, because everything is in the favor of Arsenal. Arsenal has it, and no one is going to stop them if at all they win their games in there. My man of the match, I'm going to go with Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey scoring the first goal in the 11th minute, because I really believe that if that goal doesn't come early, it becomes a different type of game altogether. Because if at all you remember very well, Arsenal never created very many chances. After that, Leicester was all over them, and Arsenal scoring that goal, it gave them confidence and they really sat back. Leicester came on and really attacked them, and Arsenal defended very well. Then again, Arsenal comes to the second half. They start the second half very high onto the pitch with high intensity, and they get a second goal and they seal that game. And remember, even the second goal, why does Arsenal get a penalty? Arsenal gets a penalty because Thomas Partey was trying to head that ball into the back of the net, and it was deflected by the hand of Soyuncu, and a penalty was given. That means if at all Soyuncu never put his hand into that ball, it would have gone directly to the back of the net, and Thomas Partey would have really scored a brace. So to me, my man of the match is Thomas Partey, man who came in from Atletico Madrid, and he's trying to give Arsenal those glimpses of why he was signed into this team. I remain Rokani David onto Rokani Media Football. Let the conversation continue to flame to the comment section below. I really come out and talk to you personally in there. I'm out for now. See you later. May the Almighty God protect you.